What's up, y'all? Sorry, guys. You know how it is. Y'all can never see my shirts. Ugh, man. And I forgot to put some earrings on. This is my Breaking the Stigma shirt. You see how the stigma's breaking? You know what I'm saying? I'm so proud of this shirt because I had designed it or whatever. But for those of you that don't know me, I am the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellow Bird Counseling. What do we do? Well, our normal day-to-day operations consist of providing individual, couples, family, group, mental health therapies where you come and talk to somebody about your problems in the states of Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Jersey, and Idaho. Okay? Soon, very, very soon, with more states to come, as myself and a few other of my clinicians will be able to service most of the United States under our compact license. So soon more states to come. Stay tuned. If you really love us, you really love our team, and you're looking for therapy and you haven't found the right fit already, then definitely stay tuned because we will be expanding. I want to say there's 25 states, 30 states in that compact. So yeah, soon more to come, more than what I'll be able to list in just a couple seconds. So yeah, so that's what we do in our normal day-to-day operations. But what do we do when we go live? Well, when we go live, we educate individuals on the reasons, and the community and at large, on the reasons that we all could benefit from having a therapist outside of simply having a mental illness, because that's the biggest stigma that we have to break. You don't have to have something wrong with you, quote unquote, wrong with you in order to see a therapist. You could be going to therapy for counseling, meaning that it's just you may have lost a loved one, so you could be grieving a major life transition. Maybe you're transitioning into adulthood or into high school age, or maybe just some other life transitions. Maybe you have a diagnosis that's hard to navigate as far as like a physical diagnosis, not necessarily mental health, and you need help navigating that. People go to therapy for those things. They lose a job, when they move to a new place, when they need to learn how to make friends or set boundaries, or be more handle responsibilities a bit better, maybe more succinctly and more effectively. So those are just normal human experience things that we all may need a therapist to help us navigate. Okay. Then also there are individuals like myself who come to us for therapy. Therapy is a more longer term set of procedures or sessions that people like myself who may have a mental health diagnosis will go see somebody, and it's a 2-in-1. So if my mental health diagnosis is stabilized, which I deal with depression and anxiety, so if my mental health is stabilized, my therapist can work on more counseling things with me, like, hey, how do you delegate more things in your practice so that you're not doing all the work? How do you set these boundaries around your time and your friendships? So those are more of the things that we're into now, because my current mental illnesses are managed. So we don't really have to do much with the mental health portion as far as mental illness is concerned. But as far as mental health and counseling is concerned, we definitely do a lot of that. I forgot to turn on my Instagram. So that's just a short blurb on what we do. And so if you could, while I bring Instagram in, if y'all could share, if you have not already, share. There's a couple different ways that you can share. So the first way that you could share is you could click that arrow, that share arrow. What's up, Instagram? And you can share it to your page. Okay. You can share it to your Facebook page, or if you're on Instagram, You can click the share, but you have to share it in people's DMs to their inbox. Or you could copy the link and share it in a text message. That is the second way you can share with Facebook, is you can click the share button, click the more options, and then you can actually copy and paste the live link, just like how I did to the folks in the community. You can copy and paste that live link in your chats, in your text messages. Maybe you got a friend thread. Maybe you got some friends or a friend in the friend thread, but you don't want to single that friend out, so you send it to the whole group. You see what I'm saying? You can copy and paste this live link in there in your text or DMs to send out that way too. So if you could do those few things, if you could at least pick 2 of those options, and I'll even count if you share it on your personal page and you share it in a group that you're in, that would count. So if you could pick a couple of those ways and share this live real quick so that we can get the awareness out, and you will have done your part to break the stigma. Also, if you want to say it with your chest like how I'm saying it, you can go to YBC Brand. So that's Y, letter Y as in yellow, B as in bird, C as in counseling, brand, and it's all one situation, ybcbrand.com, and that'll take you straight to our apparel store. Or you can go to yellowbirdcounseling.com and you can search our apparel from there. We have a lot of mental health apparel that helps you say it with your chest. We want to start conversations with our friends and family around mental health so that our friends and family can also buy into the idea that, hey, we can all have therapy and it's a totally normal thing and it's okay to have a therapist. And these are reasons I go. Most of our people that we get is from word of mouth from our own clients. They're like, wow, therapy has really impacted my life. And nobody tried to shove medicine down their throat. It's so sad. People still very largely and widely think that. That's why I have to keep going live every single week. And I have to increase the amount of platforms I can go live on, because I've been going live on TikTok recently. I had just got privileges to go live on TikTok. I can't start my own live yet, but I can join others. If y'all will follow me, it's that_therapist. If you'll follow me on TikTok so I can go live on there and start doing more stuff on there. And TikTok lives are like more laid back. And so I could do lives more, and I could do more some more, I don't know, spicy topics on there, because that's just what that platform, how their lives work. So that's how they algorithm over there, off of spicy topics. So if y'all will follow me over there, I've got some great ideas for things that I could do on TikTok. So if you'll follow me, it's that_therapist, and I'll come up. You'll see me. I'll be doing my shrugging like how I do. You'll see me on there. And follow me on TikTok, y'all. I'm so close to being able to do my own lives, and I am so excited about that. And tell your friends. If you could get at least one of your friends to follow me over there, that would be great too, because then we can have our own family. I could do things over there like how I do over here, and I could do it more frequently over there because of how their algorithm and their structure is set up. So if you're trying to get into that, if you're trying to get in like, what else do I be having going on? What else do I have to say? Other sides of like my personality as it pertains to mental health and advocacy, give me a follow on TikTok. That's all I'm saying. I promise you won't be disappointed. All right. So that is that. That is that. And so tonight, what I wanted to do is I wanted to get y'all prepared, because it's about to be fall. It's starting to, the heat done broke. I know it's not the end of it. We probably gonna get another few hot spikes before it really miles out on us, but I wanted to start earlier this year so that y'all can have an opportunity to really, really prepare. Okay. For the past decade that I've been doing this job, because I've been, Sis has been doing therapy for like 12 years now. So I know a little bit of something about what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Sis be knowing. She's got 12 years under her belt, and now she's a supervisory therapist. And you have to have 5 years of independent licensure, meaning you have had, y'all know doctors go through residency. Well, therapists, they have associate license that takes them probably about as long as a resident. Yeah, at least a psychiatry resident. Yeah. Then you have to take a board test, just like how doctors do, to get your license after that. So post that, after it took me 2.5, 3 years to get my license, independent license. And then another 5 years after that before I could apply for supervisory status. Then on top of that, I had to do 24 hours of training. And I also had to pass a test of which I could only make an 80 or above on. Your girl made a 97, you know what I'm saying? Had made a 97. You had to have 3 other therapists with your same licensure type who have also been in the field for 5 years in order to be your references. So yeah, it was not no easy process. It was not, but now I'm an LPCS. So I can supervise, which means I'm a gatekeeper now for the profession. I can supervise other therapists as they come out of school and into licensure, because you cannot, if you don't have supervision, you really can't get into the field, because most jobs require you to be independently licensed, and you can't run your own practice. You can. No, you can't. You have to have supervision for that in order to even run your own practice at a resident level. So I say all that to say I be knowing stuff, and that kind of supports what I'm going into with this topic. So over the years, I have noticed, especially more pronounced in my private practice, where during the winter months, my clients that may be doing pretty well, they may deal more with like counseling issues or maybe some anxiety, in the spring and summer months. But when winter hits, they are like, oh my gosh, Dominique, I don't know what's going on. My mood has just I don't feel like doing anything. I want to sleep all the time, or I don't want to sleep at all, or I want to eat all the time, or I don't want to eat at all, or I'm really irritable and I don't want to do anything. And they become what we refer to as seasonally depressed. And seasonal depression, usually I see it really start up around November 1st. Okay, not to say it can't start a little earlier than that, but when I start hearing these kinds of things in sessions, it's usually around November, last week of October. So I want to get y'all ready. So if you're not in therapy and you've noticed symptoms of such or more that I'll discuss, you can get yourself in some therapy so that you're not going into that season without the support you need to manage through that season. Okay, not saying you need medication, but a lot of people experience this. Okay, you may not need medication. Therapy may be enough, unless your functionality is super impaired, like you can't get out of bed, so you might lose your job if you can't get up. If you're feeling suicidal ideations that you can't, that are so intrusive that you feel like you might act on them, things of that, then we might get you a referral for psychiatry too. But for the most part, we're going to see how far we can get with therapy and go from there. It's very, very common, though. Millions of people every year experience what we refer to as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. Okay. So we're actually going to, here at Yellowbird, start preparing by, we did last year with one of our interns who is now not only our staff therapist, but one of our admin therapists, which was kind of like a leadership role that I offer to the interns in the last cohort. We have a new cohort of interns now, but from the last cohort. So Lindsay was doing that. Y'all know who Lindsay is. And now the intern I've taken under my wing, Jordan, wants to do that. So we will have that group every week for these months that SAD season seems to present, which is usually between like November-ish, when you feel that blanket drop on you. And if you've dealt with it, you know what I'm talking about. Like you feel fine, and then just in the fall, you start feeling crumb, okay? Or you may even, one of the psychiatrists who I worked with for several years, she told one of our mutual clients, she said, well, if you're always depressed, then you can't experience seasonal affective disorder. Okay, I hear you, sis. And I have clients who have a depression diagnosis and it worsens. Okay, it worsens during the winter months. So I say all that to say it's a lot. Okay, it's not an easy thing, and it lasts a long time, like majority of the year. So it usually starts around November, and you usually see symptoms start to subside around end of February, beginning of March. So how many months is that? That's November, December, January, February, possibly March. So 4 or 5 months of consistent depressive symptoms. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, as somebody who manages depression on their own, I'm not even talking to y'all as a therapist right now. Right now, I'm talking to y'all as another client. Even a week of depression symptoms is too much, okay? Especially severe, all right? So let's talk about that. What do those symptoms typically look like? Well, like I said, you might notice that you're eating way more or way less than normal. You may notice that you are sleeping way more or way less. You may notice that you have a lack of interest or pleasure in doing things all of a sudden, like stuff you would ordinarily like to do, like go to the gym, talk on the phone, watch TV, maybe reading a book if that's your thing, playing with your dog, video games. You notice a lack of interest or pleasure in things that you took pleasure in, okay? Also, noticing yourself being more irritable than normal. Sorry, y'all, I'm looking at Mr. Carter. He's such a big boy now. He doesn't have to be up in his cage. And he's got this little jug he's drinking out of now. But he's been a good man, having him. You want to see? Can you come here and see the people? And he's like, what are you doing, mama? All right. Say hi, Darian. He said hello. His allergies are still bad from grass pollen, so he's a little red. Him's a little red. You know, his skin light, so he scars and it shows up. So we had to do a lot. We got to do a lot to keep him comfortable. Yeah, right, Darian. So yeah, back on track. Bye, Derry. Everyone loves you. You love everyone. So the symptoms, back to the symptoms. You may notice being more irritable. You may notice a lack of concentration. You may notice feeling bad about yourself, thinking bad about yourself, those type of symptoms. You may even notice some physical aches and pains or some physical things that maybe you don't necessarily deal with ordinarily. So there's a lot of symptoms that could come with that, but just an overall feeling off, around that time, and it being very, very hard to manage. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be severe. It could be mild or moderate. Okay. So the severity can range from mild with all mental health or mental illness or disorders or diagnosis. They can range from mild, moderate, and severe. Okay. So with this, same thing. It can be mild, moderate, and severe. And with millions of people experiencing it, you at least, if it's not you, it's somebody in your family, it's somebody at your job, it's somebody in your group of friends that deals with this. So with that being said, if you could share this live, if you have not already, so that we can get this information out to them, because they may need a therapist. And you know what? You might be the change in someone's life by sharing this information with them, sharing this live with them, so that they can get set up and they're not suffering in silence or suffering alone during this time of the year. Okay. So that's just one thing. You know what else happens during the winter months? Y'all know what else happens? Holidays. So you stack this seasonal affective disorder with the holiday experience, and possibly you lost a loved one. You can see how heavy that might get for a person. So please share this live so that those people, you don't got to know if they got it or not. They know. Once they hear the live, they'll know that I'm talking to them, and they will have the number to reach out. I will share our number to reach out so that we can get your friend, family member, cousin, co-worker taken care of, okay? And they'll have you to thank for that, because all you did was help me out with breaking the stigma, and you shared this information so that somebody could get the therapy they may have not otherwise been able to get because they didn't know about. Okay. So how good would you feel about breaking the stigma? Okay. How good would you feel about it for yourself? Answer in the comments. That's a real question. How good would you feel? Okay. So let me read some of the comments before I get into some of the holiday stuff. Let me see. Hey, y'all, what y'all doing? I'm glad y'all are here. Some of my regulars. I got a little tribe. I love that. I do. Mr. Carter, stop, buddy. Now he want to come back on camera. Y'all know how he is. Just trying to be the center of attention. Yes, definitely. Dana and Lindsay are admin therapists, and it works out better because I have other therapists like now answering the phones and returning y'all's messages when you text the word new. It's an actual therapist that you're actually talking to, not just, nothing wrong with office assistants, nothing wrong with that. But for me and what I'm trying to do, I want my therapist to fulfill the job titles, because sometimes people's mental health concerns may present in a more business situation, and my therapists, who are also my admins, would be able to handle that better than somebody who may not have that training and background. So definitely. And y'all don't even here's the thing. If you're like me, you don't like calling, you want to text. So I'll give you the text number. We have a phone number where you can call, and we have a text number where you can text. I always direct people to the text on here because that's easier to do. So I'll give you our text number. Yes, definitely encourage your sister and let her know it's an easy process. so on TikTok, because I want to go live more on TikTok. But you need 1,000 followers on there. And yeah, I had a TikTok page, but I wasn't really doing much. And I just started doing stuff with it in the past like month or so. So now I'm almost at 1,000. Because when I am active, I guess people like me enough to engage with me. So my following has grown, to, a few hundred in just a couple months. I think I'm at like 750 or something, so I only need like 250 more followers, which at the rate I've been gaining followers, I feel like I might have that in a couple weeks. But I want y'all to follow me over there, and I want your friends and family to follow me over there, because y'all already know me. I don't really know those folks over there yet. Y'all know me, so I don't just want to be over there with strangers, okay? Even though I'm probably just mostly gonna be talking to the strangers, but yeah, we're gonna be having more spicy topics over there. Yay, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yep. See, a lot of people dreading the holidays already. That's why I'm going to go on ahead and get this live knocked out early. So those of y'all that get holiday anxiety, because that's a thing, because you're like, things are starting to come up. We're coming on October. They're starting to put pumpkins out. You know what I'm saying? In stores, pumpkin patch is going to be opening in the next week or so. So I want y'all to be ready, because I know how it can feel. It's so hard with kids because we have to pretend to be happy, which only makes the depression hit harder. Exactly. So that's what I'm doing, so y'all have a chance to get settled in some therapy and some resources before everything really starts hitting. I got a part-time job for winter months. Helps and meet different people and makes friends. Yes, that's a great coping skill. Thank you for saying that. There are a lot of seasonal positions that open up, and that may help a lot of people to keep more people busy, So thank you for sharing that. Hey, May, come by and get some business cards or flyers for my office. Yeah, there's some. If you go up to the office, just text the group number, text the community, and then we'll tell you who's up there, because I do got some stuff up there at the office if you want some to take with you. I got some stuff up there. I don't be there, y'all. I work completely from home. It's better for me. I'm able to do better stuff. Most of my therapists work from home. I have some therapists that really like working in the office. So we do have office, like I think there should be at least one to two therapists up there every day. So yeah, not me though. And not Tiffany and not Bridget. We don't go there. I love y'all too. Y'all have really made YBC what it is. I really couldn't have done it without y'all. I said if I ever had a business or anything, I would never neglect to mention how important my customers and my supporters are. So y'all, I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate all the business y'all have brought us, and we appreciate and are honored to be able to serve you and your friends and family. I have started therapy for CPTSD. It has helped me so much. Great, because complex PTSD is whoo. If I could choose between, if I want to choose between, but when you experience complex PTSD, that's like take PTSD and multiply that by 10, or multiply that by that very same experience happening to you over and over again over time. So see, complex PTSD is because it's not just a one-time occurrence. It happened over time or multiple times. Yep. I'm glad your therapy is helping. I really am. Working for an on-demand delivery company during the holidays tests me every year. But this year I have Jakia and fluoxetine. I know that's the antidepressant, but I cannot pronounce it. Okay. Fluoxetine. It's not a zine, is it? Fluoxetine. Hey, Sarah. How you doing? Cool. Yeah, Dana or Lindsay will answer the text, and they'll tell you who's up there for you to, if you want to go up there and get some of them postcards and some of those business cards from up there to take to your office. You can. They'll know. They'll tell you who's up there so that we can let that person know to be on the lookout for you. Yep. It's Prozac. See, I didn't know the off-brand name for it. Well, I'm glad. Prozac, I'm glad that you like it. Prozac, there's mixed reviews about it. I have some people that some clients I know work really, really well for, and then in some cases it's overprescribed. But if it's working for you, let it keep working. That's what matters. I got Lexapro. That's the one I kind of swear by, and I've taken different ones. I've taken Zoloft myself. And it wasn't that the Zoloft wasn't great, but the Lexapro is definitely better for the anxiety depression combo, because they kind of walk hand to hand, kind of like how ADHD and autism can walk hand to hand. Well, depression and anxiety can be, siblings. So yeah, I've noticed for that particular pairing, depression and anxiety, I love my Lexapro. Love the Lexapro. And it doesn't really have any side effects, so I don't feel like medicine head. The thing about Lexapro though, well, all of them really, is you will notice that when you want to cry, sometimes you can't. So I am a lot less tearful, but if something is really sad, like, yes, I will cry, but like, it has to be really sad. Yeah, and so Lexapro, yes, Lexapro is good. I like it. A lot of my clients like it, but again, everything does not work for everybody. So some of my clients who are a little bit more leery about taking medicine, I'll ask them to ask their PCP or the psychiatrist to order a gene test for them so that they can get a better idea of what drug class might work for their biological makeup. So you may want to, if you don't want to be a guinea pig, which I think psychiatry should do it routinely. I'm sure there's some political reason as to why they don't. But rather than just poke around with words for something that you're going to have somebody actually ingest, I think you might want to get more information on how their body operates. So I have my clients that are leery, then they don't want to do a bunch of testing out, request a gene test. My Lexapro only worked allowing with, Wellbutrin in combination with the Lexapro. Again, I've seen that mixture work for some people, whereas I've seen the Wellbutrin was doing too much norepinephrine and it was like causing them more manic symptoms or more anxiety symptoms. But yeah, so y'all, as y'all see in the comments, different things work for different people. Has anyone ever actually had their PCP give them a gene test? I was told we don't really do that. Yes, they do. That's a lie. They do really do that. They just did not want to really do that. That's what it is. We don't really do that. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I can think of 2 of my clients right off the top of my head who have had one. So, yeah. Yep. Cool. Yes, they do. Don't let them lie to y'all. Do not let them, especially if you're a woman or if you're a black or brown person. If you're a woman or if you're black or brown, so that's one of the things we're talk about, advocating for your mental health. Because that's gonna be a topic. But I have had to literally, prep clients for visits with PCPs and other practitioners that are medical, because they may do something that could interfere with their mental health. Just told a client the other day, I'm concerned about an IED for you because I've seen several people's mood with similar diagnostic makeup as this particular person. I've seen their moods go haywire with the IUD, and so I don't want that. Please let your gynecologist know about my concern, because then if it does you like that after you get it taken out, it may take 3 or 4 months before your hormones restabilize and those the mood symptoms wear off. So yeah, I need the names of the doctors so I can finally get answers. Yeah, I will. That's another thing. I need to make a list. If you are a YBC client, then your therapist has a list. Your therapist has resources if you're a YBC client. Definitely didn't even know about that was a thing. Sometimes I wondered about the mix of my medications. Yeah. I have to tell that to my client. Like I have to. So I had one client that was the case. Another client, another like OBGYN issue. I'm like, you know. Oh, what it was is they wanted to get pregnant, okay, like a planned pregnancy, but they take antidepressant. And so the psychiatrist said, come off of the antidepressant. And the OBGYN said, listen to the psychiatrist. But I said, as somebody who has been working with the individual for years, weekly, I said, let's see if there's another option. Might they do okay completely off the medicine? Possibly. However, I have seen how low it can be for them off of the medicine. So I'm like, these are the things I need you to tell both of these doctors, okay, to get the point across, because I don't want the medical doctors harming the mental health of the clients because they don't have a full picture, because they don't see them as frequently as I do. You want to know. And sometimes that's what we do in sessions. Like, let's make a list of medications. Let's put that in your phone somewhere. So every doctor's appointment you go to, you have it. You can tell them, you can say, hey, with the introduction of whatever new medicine you're trying to give me, how will it interact with these? Okay. So I do not play about that, because a medical mishap can set your mental health back. Lots of hard work of months. Okay. And so that's a thing that I'm real passionate about, that I'll be talking about often. Okay. And with TikTok, you can talk about the same thing over and 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 again. And people come every single time. So that will be one I will be harping on regularly. Okay. Because it's a big problem if you're a woman, or if you're a woman and you're Black. Okay. The medical field has done a lot of disservice, okay, to us. So yeah. All right, so getting in more into the holiday stuff. So we talked about sad, but then imagine on top of that, holiday things going on. So I do want you, so some things that you might, after you get your therapy session scheduled, these are some things you might want to initially handle with your therapist. Is, okay, so holidays are coming up, and this is usually what I experience. Either I want to isolate, okay, and these are still counseling. This doesn't mean you have a mental illness. This is counseling. Hey, I tend to overspend during the holidays, especially, you might have impulses that, people spend and do retail therapy, when they're not feeling great. So that's something your therapist needs to be aware of so that they can help you manage and maintain goals around not getting an eviction notice because you didn't spend your bill money on Amazon orders. Okay. So that's one thing. Impulsivity, you might notice. Overloading your schedule, trying to tell everybody you're going to come to everything, and you don't owe anybody to come to their thing. Okay. Now, if there are people that you care about, let's say your cousin's having an event, your sister's having an event, your mother, your auntie, and they having one all back to back to back. You might have to pick the ones you can realistically go to. Now, taking your possible symptoms of seasonal affective disorder into account, meaning maybe what you can do in the spring and summer months, you might not have the energy to do in the winter and fall months. So maybe you can only go to one or two of those events and not all five. Whereas in the summer, maybe you are fine to do 3 or 4 events, but in the wintertime, you might feel a little more run down. So that's going to look like readjusting your expectations of what you're able to do. It's not a bad idea just to have it on paper. These are my expectations of myself in the winter. These are my expectations of myself in the summer, because you may function differently. Okay, you may function differently. That way you're not expecting yourself to do as much as you do when you feel better. And when you feel better, you're not expecting yourself to do less than what you might be, that might be a pleasurable amount for you. Okay, so definitely you want to get that hashed out with your therapist. These are what I notice. Overspending, overextending myself. Notice having a trouble saying no to people, either for gifts or for attending their holiday gatherings. You may also be grieving, okay? You may have lost a loved one. And I don't care how long ago you lost a loved one, because there's no time limit for grief. So you may have had a loved one that it really is triggering. The holidays can be really triggering for when a loved one is missing, because it's very, very apparent when someone's not there, when friends and family start having gatherings. Okay. So, but don't feel and don't you expect for your experience with grief and someone else's to be the same. Okay. You may have 2 siblings and they both lost the same parent, but one sibling may grieve by listening to that parent's favorite songs and watching their favorite movies, but the other sibling may not be able to tolerate that. That might not be how they can grieve. That might be too much for them. So it's important to give grace and receive grace, okay, in regards to that, and understanding that there could be treating yourself and others very individualized when it comes to how you experience grief or the seasonal saddies, okay? Because just because you're experiencing it and they're experiencing it too does not mean y'all have the same experience. That's why I stress in my practice the importance of my therapist providing individualized treatment for each and every one of their clients. I don't care if they got 15 folks that got depression and they all got severe depression. Each of them has a different life, and each of them, their treatment plan needs to line up with their particular life. Okay. So that's what we do here. That's what we do. Let me go on ahead and give y'all this number so y'all have it. Okay. Let's see. All right. So definitely as I'm talking, y'all can just take a screenshot. This is also a form of business card too, because really and truly, if they text the word new to our number, they'll get everything they need. And all their questions can be answered through that. So you can really just take a screenshot of this. You'll have it. You could text it to your friends and family. You could share it in a group. You could share it in your work groups or whatever you want to do. But they can just text the word new and we can get them set up with whatever they need. Now, if you want to be a winner, if you want to win, that's all I'm going to say. You need to text the word live. Okay? Live to this number. Text the word live. Or if you know somebody or you are somebody who cannot afford therapy for whatever reason, okay, we don't have a restriction on who says they. If you tell us you can't afford therapy, then we believe you, and we have an internship program of interns that are graduate level therapists in training who are under the direct supervision of my fully licensed staff. And each of us has our own intern so that we can oversee their sessions and make sure you're getting the care you need. So even if you can't afford it, we got you. You text the word intern to this number. Or if you know somebody who can't afford it, you give this to them and tell them to text the word intern to this number, okay? Because we literally can service any and every one. Okay, we literally service you if you have insurance. We literally service you if you don't have insurance. We literally service you if you can't afford it. Okay, I don't know many places like that. I don't know many healthcare professionals that offer free services, and I offer them readily. I have plenty of space to take free. So if you can't afford it, or if you have a friend or family member who can't afford it, got you. Text the word intern. Okay. Text the word intern and I got you. Yeah. So with the seasonal and the holiday saddies, you want to be aware of maybe your decline in energy or maybe your experience of grief. Okay. So you want to be realistic with your expectations of yourself in the areas of time allocation. So you can't go to every single holiday party. Go on ahead and decide now. Shoot, this is what I would do. I would take my calendar. I'd be proactive about it if I was you. I would take my calendar to my therapy appointment and let my therapist help me make boundaries in my calendar. Okay? Let them help me mark off self-care days or self-care times. So that way, when something comes up during those times that you and your therapist have decided that you don't need to be doing X, Y, and Z, you can say, I have something going on at that time already. Even if you're sitting at home staring at the wall, you got something to do already, okay? So I would do that. If you kind of know how you feel. If you don't, you could do it. You could take it week by week and let your therapist help you outline it that way too. But these are some things I want you to be aware of as we move into this season so you can be proactive instead of reactive. Proactive therapy feels a lot better than reactive therapy, okay? It feels a lot better to go to therapy and work on things ahead of time if you see them coming. It's not always possible. But I'm making this possible for y'all because this is such a long stretch of the year. And it's very, very important when we have millions and millions and millions of people who deal with this every single year. I need to make sure that I can reach as many of those people as possible so they can get the help that they need. Okay, so if y'all have not done it already, please share this live. Okay, either share it to your page, share it in a group, click the share button, click more options, copy and paste it in a text, copy and paste it in a DM, okay? Copy the link, paste it in a text, copy the link, paste it in a DM so that people can get the help and you have helped break the stigma. Okay. Y'all see the stigma breaking? I'm so proud of this. I literally designed this shirt myself, and it has the mental health ribbon in the back. So I'm excited. One of my favorite shirts that we make. And if you want to say it with your chest, you can go to ybcbrand.com. So that's Y is in yellow, B is in bird, C is in counseling, brand.com. Or you can go to yellowbirdcounseling.com and you can access our apparel line from there as well. Okay, so you can do it those two ways. It's really great. They're great stocking stuffers. People love to get our t-shirts for stocking stuffers and give away to their friends and family, so their friends and family can say it with their chest as well. So definitely that. Yeah, the interns are awesome. What y'all talking about? Y'all saying and Did I say something wrong? Who knows? I hope not. Blessing. Yeah. Yeah. So setting your expectations appropriately for yourself around your time allocation for the holidays, your money allocation for the holidays, okay, and increasing your self-care time. Whereas in the summer and winter months, in the summer and spring months, you may only need 20 minutes of self-care a day that may consist of guided meditation and yoga. You might, in the winter and spring months, you may need to kick it up a notch to twice a day or 3 times a day. Okay. So, if you notice your symptoms worsening, that means that your treatment measures may need to intensify a little bit more. And it doesn't necessarily have to be medicine. Okay. Cool. Oh, it was you? Cool. All right, y'all. Like I said, don't forget, take a screenshot of me pointing. If you can, take a screenshot on your phone. If you haven't already, text the word new. If you have insurance or if you want a fully licensed therapist that can serve you and you want to pay private. So if you want to pay private or if you have insurance, you can text the word new. If you need free services, text the word intern. And if you want to win, if you want to be a winner, a big winner, you want to text the word live. Okay, live, like I'm live right now. You want to text the word live to that number. Okay, y'all got me? Oh yeah, that and Chloe Love, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people don't ask that. That's a very common thing. People, it doesn't even occur to us to ask for somebody to help us with boundaries. Boundaries is a word we know. Like, it's a word we have knowledge of, that it's a word, but what does that really mean? I want you to ask yourself, everybody in here right now, ask yourself, what do boundaries look like for me? And if it's hard for you to answer, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. That's a common thing that I see. You can text the word new and we can get you straight. A lot of people, that's a thing, and it has nothing to do with your intellect. I have nurses and doctors that when I, say lawyers, other therapists sometimes that come and see me, they're like, man, I never even thought of boundaries, or I never even thought of that was the reason that I might have trouble in that area is because I don't have, I have a lack of boundaries there. Many things can be rectified with specific, clear communication and specific, clear boundaries. Many things. Many. The captions go over the yellow banner. Oh no, really? Let me stop talking. Okay, let me stop talking real quick. That was for y'all to take a screenshot because the captions were going over the banner. So y'all need me to do it again? If y'all need me to do it again, okay. This is for the screenshot. Okay, so y'all can take a picture of the number. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. I think so. I think my, let's see, my, I think some of my boundaries come off sometimes a bit aggressive. Well, that would be subjective. A lot, I would argue that a lot of people's boundaries probably come off aggressive because we live in a society where people tend to shun the implementation of boundaries. Okay, especially don't get me back on the like down at the meat of it, the patriarchy. women and black people, y'all not supposed to have boundaries, and kids, y'all not supposed to have boundaries. So like we live in a society that pushes the narrative of boundaries bad. Whoever wants to have access to you or impact you should be able to. No, that's a toxic narrative. And that's why boundaries seem harsh for people when honestly they're healthy. It protects you and it protects the person that you have the boundary for. Because if somebody breaks your boundary, you're going to act out of character. And if you're going to act out of character, you're probably going to do some things that you would not ordinarily do. And then this person is going to be like, oh, they yelled at me, or oh, they hurt my feelings. And you may really feel bad about that. So then there's another injury for you to deal with. If you had knowledge of implementing your boundaries in the first place, you can avoid all that. Okay. Yeah. You can avoid it all. So we want to consider our possible symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. We also want to be aware for the holidays. What are our boundaries with our time allocation, with our money and resource allocation, and with our self-care allocation? Those things need to be definitely assessed. Like, what kinds of things do you need to be doing? Okay, you may even need to change up your diet a little bit to include some more leafy green vegetables to increase the positive production of serotonin in your gut. Things like that. So, yep, you're bound. Yep. My boundaries is keeping them safe too, because your girl can get real petty and pop off at the mouth if my boundaries are. I don't keep my boundaries in place. And if somebody chooses, like they want to try to invade my boundaries, they will find out real quick that I ain't the one. And you don't want them to find out they ain't the one, that you're not the one. You do not want them to find out that you're not the one. You don't want them to F around and find out. You don't want that. Okay? You don't want that. All right? Because you're going to feel bad about it. You don't want to feel bad about that. Because, baby, let me tell you, ask anybody who's broken my boundaries what that experience has been like for them. Not pleasant. Okay? All right, cool. Any more questions? Y'all got any other questions in regards to seasonal affective disorder or, holiday blues and holiday saddies. We're going to probably break it down even a little bit more, but I did want to give y'all an overview so you could go on ahead and start getting prepared. All right, and get your therapist in order if you don't have one. And we don't have a wait list here. I've constructed everything so that we never have a wait list. There's never a wait list at Yellowbird Counseling. So if you done heard a friend or family member say, oh my God, everywhere I call, they're not taking new people, or they're not taking people for 2-3 months, not here. Guarantee you I can get you a session within the next week or two. Okay, I guarantee it. So that's why you need to share this live. There are people that are on waiting lists, months and months, okay, to see somebody, to talk to somebody, and many people that don't have months, okay, they don't have that kind of time because their symptoms are that severe. I don't have a waiting list at Yellowbird Counseling. If you don't hear nothing else, hear that, okay, and you can get in within the next week or two. I promise you that. Promise you that, okay? Promise you that. So make sure your friends and family know that. When you see these posts on Facebook, because I see them all the time, because people tag me in them all the time. Oh my gosh, is there, please recommend me a Black therapist who I can see that's not going to be months waiting list, or that I won't get a call back, or blah, blah, blah. I got y'all. Tell them, just tag Yellowbird Counseling in the comments, or you can just copy and paste the picture that you took of this in their comments so that they can reach out and we can get them some help. Okay. Can you talk about how SAD related to other existing mental health diagnoses? Meaning like what could happen? So, okay, let's say you have SAD and anxiety. You may notice that you're that either one of two things could happen. It could worsen. It could cause your anxiety to be more intensified, or the seasonal affective could overshadow other mental health diagnoses. Because I have had clients that have dealt very heavily with some type of depressive disorder, and once we had that managed, there was something else lying underneath. So it could either, the comorbidity could intensify things, or one thing may fall in the shadows. So definitely I would say make your therapist aware of any diagnosis that you have knowledge of that you may possibly have, okay? So that they can keep an eye out, because it may be things you may not be able to see. So I can't really give you specifics on because more than that, because different. I'm telling y'all, with mental health, it's not cookie cutter at all. It's just not, because we all need different things. So, yeah, it would be something to make your therapist aware of, though, so that they can keep an eye on it and make sure that they know that they are assessing for those things. And for my Yellowbird clients, y'all are gonna love the new platform. Y'all are gonna love Sessions Health. That is our new platform. It allows our clients to pay, have their session, secure message their client, their therapist, and schedule all in one place. Just one. You can schedule, you can pay, you can have your session all in one place, and communicate with your therapist via the secure messaging portal. I'm proud of it. Y'all have Kayla to thank for that. YBC staff therapist Kayla Hill. Y'all have her to thank for that. And I am grateful. And it's working very seamlessly. And this girl will need her meds between now and then. Exactly. That was helpful, because I've noticed it seems like my symptoms change during SAD season. Yep. I had to find a new psychiatrist. I won't be able to see them until If you're a YBC client, ask your therapist about our psychiatry. We have a couple of psychiatry options that we work pretty close with. They'll know. And if that is one, if you are a YBC client and that is one of the places we recommended, then let your therapist know so they can let the rest of us know. Yeah. Sweet. Thank you. You're welcome. We got y'all. Again, I'm a client. I'm not just a therapist who runs a practice. I'm a client who runs a practice. So I know what things are important. I know what I would want. Okay. And as somebody who you may consider very sensitive, I say I'm the margin because I'm Black, I'm a woman, I'm LGBTQ. Okay. I have depression and anxiety, and my eyes wiggle back and forth. So I'm the margin of the marginalized. Okay. So I'm very sensitive to people's needs because I know I got a lot of needs, okay? So I try to account for that as best as I can. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. But I do the best I can, and my therapists know the door is always open for improvements, and any suggestions that our clients make, I try to implement immediately, immediately. If a client has a complaint, I implement the change immediately, okay? And it only has to be one because every client to me is important. It doesn't have to be a lot. If it's just one complaint, I immediately work to fix it because that's just how I do business. That's just me. All right, any other questions before, if you're a winner, if you're a winner, I got you. Right, Mr. Darion. Mr. Carter's like, Mama, shut up, Mama. Mama, shut your mouth, Mommy. Mommy, can you shut your mouth? Cut off. It's snagging your paw on my hair. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Cardari, tell them what it's time for. It's time for the $100 Cash App giveaway. It's a good dog. He's about to be 3, so he's doing more talking. Right, brother? Them doing more talking? Is that what I'm doing? Yeah, Mama. He's like, why would you pick me up off of the couch for that? Is y'all ready or is y'all ready? Y'all look like y'all ready. Okay. Mr. Carter love y'all too. He do. Don't you, man? He's like, you have bothered me. You do look bothered, brother. Go lay down there. Shoot. I thought you wanted to say. Great. Cool. So y'all know how it goes with the Cash App giveaway. And if they're in the community, you know the scoop. You know the extra I had told y'all about. The extra, read all about it. So while I'm doing this, y'all need to be sharing this live for me, please. If you could share the live. If you could pick a sharing option and share for me, that would be super duper great while I'm doing this. Because I'm about to give away money, cash money, right now in hand. And like y'all see the transaction complete type money. So I really, really, really want y'all to do one favor for me if I'm going to give. Share the live. That's all. That's all I want you to do. Work your thumbs a little bit. Give me a little thumb workout. All right? That's all I want. All right. I share it publicly. It's showing. Okay. you doing, Mr. Carter? Oh. I was like, did he potty on my floor? We was about to fight if he was pottying on my floor. And by text, but it ain't showing. Okay, so if it's not showing, you need to go to your well, if you share it publicly, it should be fine. But if you don't think you share it publicly, go to this post on your page, and there should be a triangle in the upper right or upper left hand corner that you can click, or some 3 dots, and it'll give you this, like, you want to share with just friends or publicly or what, and you can pick public. You got to click on the globe or the little, the globe icon. All right, perf. Okay, so I'm gonna say your name and your number twice. So open up your ears, clean your ears, open them up, because I'm gonna say your name and your number twice. Shayla Johnson, number 1. Shayla, is it Shayla or Shyla? Looks like, is it Shyla? Shyla Johnson. Happy follower anniversary. I love that. Shyla Johnson, number 1. I'm going out. Is Shyla? Okay. I was saying it wrong. All right. Candace Keller, number 2. Candace Keller, number 2. Shauna Elise, number 3. Shauna Elise, number 3. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. All right. See, guys. Uh-oh. Did it jump down on me? Oh, dang. See, I feel like it moved, and I don't want to miss nobody. Okay. All right, cool. So let me go up, because I think when the comments come in, it kind of like shot it back down. I don't want to miss nobody. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Antoinette Danielle, number 4. Let me make sure. Who is Antoinette Danielle, number 4. Antoinette Danielle, number 4. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the next one. Okay. All right. Alexis Carl, number 5. Alexis Carl, number 5. Sharon Gray, number 6. Sharon Gray, number 6. Punky Brewster, number 7. Punky Brewster, number 7. Nikki Leilani, number 8. Nikki Leilani, number 8. Tanea Keller, number 9. Tanea Keller, number 9. Christy Davis, number 10. Christy Davis, number 10. Hazel Evans, number 11. Hazel Evans, number 11. Rob TR, number 12. Rob TR, number 12. Toya Betts, number 13. Toya Betts, number 13. Amari Samuel, number 14. Amari Samuel, number 14. Ariel Joyce, number 15. Ariel Joyce, number 15. Malika Cole, number 16. Malika Cole, number 16. Chloe Love, number 17. Chloe Love, number 17. Magnolia Marchant, number 18. Magnolia Marchant, number 18. Danielle Winston, number 19. Danielle Winston, number 19. And that's everybody. All right. Is there anybody that did what they were supposed to but did not get a number? Going once. Going twice. Did you do what you were supposed to but did not get a number? And those who know what they were supposed to do know what I'm talking about. All right. So we got 19 folks. Let's get this rolling. Yep. Let's get it crack-lacking. All right. And while I do that, if y'all can think of one more sharing option. And then if you've shared twice, give me some hearts and likes. Heart and like me. Show me some hearts and likes while I set us up. If you've shared it twice or shared it in 2 different ways. Okay. Wait. Hearts and like me up. Do some hearts and likes. If you shared it more than once. All right. Okay, let me sorry guys, gotta share my screen. Love it. Thank y'all. Let's see. Share screen. All right. Y'all know I gotta share from the actual Google search. All right. Random number wheel generator. It reads my mind. It's a scary thing about Google. It's a mind reader. Okay. You say on Amazon. What's that about? Have we used that one before? Do y'all know? Oh, they're trying to sell us a number wheel generator, and that is not what I had meant. Okay. Pick a random number and spin. Okay. Maybe this one. Can this one be it? Okay. Well, can we not type them all? What happens if I just put 19 there? Will it? No, that one's okay. Let's try another one. Let's not do that one either, because I feel like I'll have to type them all in. Let's do this. Okay. This one is the same win. Okay. All right, I'm going to just type it in. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, how am I typing this? 16, 17, 18, 19. Reset will. What is it? It should reset it, shouldn't it? Okay, there. All right. All right, make sure I had all the numbers. Okay, y'all ready? Who's number 3? Who is it? Y'all tell them congratulations. Who's number 3? Who is it? Wait, what? What happened? Oh. Who's number 3? Yay! We Shauna Elise. Yay! Y'all give some hearts and likes and retype your Cash App real quick for me in them comments there. If you do that for me, that'll be great. Yay! Congratulations! We're about to send you $200. I be loving to send y'all double. All right. So let me send you 200 smackaroos. Let me send you this. And you know classic coming up. Hold on to it. It's a lot of stuff coming up. Just classic. Okay, let's see. Awesome. Let's get you paid. All right. You're so welcome. Okay. Let's see. Yay. Okay. Uh-oh, I almost send it to the wrong person. Let me make sure now. Y'all let me concentrate. Give me a second so I send it to the right person. SHAWNAEL. Wow, okay. Got it. Yep, I'm making sure. Perfect. Yay. All right. Confirm. All right. Congratulations. And let us know when you got it. Congrats. I'm going to show it to you. From Yellowbird Counseling with our 3 hearts. All right. Yay. Okay. Hold on. Let me quit sharing my screen so y'all can see the share, the money sent. All right. Perfect. All right. Let us know if you got it. In your Cash Apps. So that we can know that you got it. We're waiting on the confirmation. While we waiting on that, again, y'all going over to ybcbrand.com. Again, ybcbrand.com. So you can say it with your chest. I think it's the way my boobies is set up under this. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Perfect. Love that. But yes, y'all go on over to the ybcbrand.com, and take a look at our mental health merchandise. Also, or you can go to yellowbirdcounseling.com, where you'll get our service and product. You can see service and product there. YBC brand is just the for the apparel. You can still get to our main website from there, but that's mainly our apparel. All right. I love y'all. Y'all be safe, and we will talk next week.